Hey guys, what's going on? TheRealOGnick here, guys. Another video. And today, guys, I will be extending continuing, I guess, my exact review series. Now, in this video, we will be covering the Barret Bulletproof chest piece, a chest piece that in 1.5 and 1.4 was extremely valuable, and then a piece of gear that everyone really wanted and wanted to go for. And now, you definitely have two sides of the spectrum with the new changes to Vigorous. Rapid being even better for DPS builds. You're definitely seeing a change in how the gear set is working out. So that's what we're going to talk about. If you missed the last video for this series, it was on the Midas. It was pretty soon after the video came out, or the update came out. Really good video there, you guys. You want to check out my opinions on the Midas and how you can use it, where you can use it, and things like that. So anyways, guys, let's get into it. Now, if you guys don't know, the Barret Bulletproof chest piece has three talents, sort of. Its name talent is Barret Bulletproof. The first ability you get with it is when you have no skills on cooldown, you get an increase of 10% skill power, which is pretty nice to have when you have no skills on cooldown, but also kind of get into why it's not good at the same time. I'll get into that. One skill on cooldown, you get an increase of 5% damage, which is actually really nice to have and not that bad for DPS build or any kind of build like that. It's not bad to have. And two skills on cooldown increases your armor by 10%. Now, as we all know, that used to be really good in 1.5 due to the fact that ARs had enemy armor damage and it would make them really strong, and that was like the meta at the time. So that's what was so good. But now, since it's not really that valuable because they don't do that anymore, it's definitely got nerfed. Plus, it used to be 20%, not 10%. So it got nerfed pretty much so hard, both literally by 10% and also by the way the game mechanics are now. That's how it got kind of nerfed. So, in my opinion, I don't think Barret Bulletproof chest piece is very good on almost any build, maybe besides a scale build. Even though, yes, I do think Vigorous is by far better. The thing with Barret Bulletproof chest piece is that, yeah, it has increased skill power and increased damage, which is nice. The thing is with the armor, it's not very valuable. And as far as DPS builds, I feel like it's even worse than DPS builds, surprisingly. The reason I say that is because 10% skill power on a DPS build doesn't mean anything. Your heal might be a little bit better, you might have a little bit more damage on your pulse, but your cooldown is still so long that it doesn't matter. 40 to 60 seconds is roughly the cooldown. I know it's usually like 50-55, but let's give you guys a nice full range. Around 40 to 60 seconds depending on your build, which is most DPS builds are going a lot of firearms, a lot of crit damage, not much skill power. Your cooldowns are so long that you're rarely going to see that 10% skill power work for you. You're going to rarely see that. Same thing with your 5% damage. You're going to be popping heals most of the time because you're going to be pretty glassy and you're not going to have a lot of health. So that's where I see this gear piece not working out for the majority of players. Because yeah, you're going to get 5% increase in damage, but one, that's not a whole lot in the grand scheme of things. And two, you're rarely going to see that unless you save your pulse, your seekers, or something like that for an extremely long period of time. You're really limiting yourself just with that 5% extra damage. You're really limiting yourself. And same thing with the 10%, you can, like I said, only use one skill, which would be your heal, which is a booster. You get 10% more health on there, or you can use the self-heal, whatever you want, and have your damage. But the thing is, you're really limiting your abilities in a playstyle, and you're losing so much more damage by not using a pulse that it doesn't really matter in the end. And that 10% armor, I really only see valuable in PvE from a lot of people I've talked to, and from use of. I don't notice a huge difference when I have that on. I've tried it multiple times with multiple DPS builds. I don't notice a difference. I really don't. Because if you're running really glassy, which I consider around 300k is a good 300 to 325 is where I'm comfortable with on build. Unless I'm using a healing build. The healing build I'll go as low as 270. I think it's my lowest, or 280. But anyways, that 10% armor, really, you're not going to notice if you're running pretty glassy, which you probably should be in a DPS build if that's what you're trying to go for. It's not worth it. You get way more health from a Vigorous chest piece, which is just, it's been proven. You get so much more health from a Vigorous chest piece when you get a really strong overheal from a healing teammate. Now, yes, you can make the argument that if you have a healing teammate on your team, that it's not that big of a deal. You can deal with the downside of the armor, and you can deal with the fact that you're only going to really get one of the talents, which is increased damage, if you limit yourself. Now, that is an argument, but I think it's a failing argument when you look at the fact that with the long cooldowns, specifically long cooldowns, it makes this build really bad. Because if you say you pop a heal by accident, bam, you have to wait another 40 to 50 seconds at least for a heal. So that is not good. And I do understand the fact that, yeah, maybe in PvE this isn't bad, but in PvP strictly, this is probably one of the worst chest pieces in the game, besides like Robust or Forceful, something like that, because of the armor. Now, the reason I think Vigorous and Rapid's better, because Rapid on a DPS build is actually really nice to have, and really strong to have if you're running solo or you're not running with a healer for whatever reason, because you're getting decreased your cooldowns by 15%, which doesn't sound like a lot, but in the grand scheme of things, when you're really looking at your cooldowns, it helps out tremendously. It will give you more survivability in the long term, and you let you pop your skills more often, and that would make it a much more better choice than Barret Bulletproof chest piece, in my opinion. Now, as far as Vigorous, I do think Vigorous is the best chest piece in the game, in my opinion, because it gives you so much more health, and the way they changed it, which I'm very happy they changed it, with where you have to run it to get the overheal, and you can overheal yourself instead of having other people have to run it to heal them. If you guys didn't know they changed that, they did. Thank God they changed that. It made it from a really good gear set to really bad with that change, and now they reversed the change, making it top tier once again. And it's just way better in my opinion, because getting a booster shot or a defib overheals is absolutely insane for your toughness. You can run even Glacier if you choose to and still be living for a very, very long time. Now, I do see the light of Barret Bulletproof chest piece. I do see the want in it, and I do see the awe in it. But my whole thing with it is I don't feel like there's enough there to really warrant me using it. Because if I'm using a DPS build, 10% skill power, useless. It's useless when your skill haste is so low. The increased damage, yeah, it's nice, but you really have to limit yourself from using a pulse or something like that, losing extra damage, just get increased 5%. And that 5% is not an entire month. It's not a lot, you know, really grand scheme of things, with how much damage you're getting buffed on. Now, if it was like 10% or 15%, I could actually see that being very, very, very strong. Then I would make that honestly a 2-skill cooldown. But if it was like 10 to 15%, then I could definitely see the want in that. But to me, 5% is not enough of a bonus to warrant not having more skill haste or not having more survivability. And we already talked about the 2 skills on cooldown increase armor by 10%. That's not very strong. Now, on paper, it's looking like, alright, that's not bad. It's not bad. I'm going to be a lot tankier, quote unquote. But you're really not, in this fact that if you're running a glassy build, which you more times than not you will be, it's not going to do that much for you. And even if you're running a tankier build, which is like 400k, in my opinion, that's pretty tanky, that's still not, you're not going to know it's that much of a difference. You know, so in my opinion, I don't think Bear is very good. I definitely think you should have at least 1 or 2, just in case they change it, because I definitely think they will soon. Because it's definitely become one of those exotics that we won't use ever, really. Because only for very specific situations, because it's not very useful in most situations, as is. Now, as far as skill builds, I do see the warrant in skill builds with the 10% skill power. But the thing is your skills are always going to be on cooldown and coming right back, so I definitely can see that. But the thing is, again, armor, I think that tier is pretty useless unless you're in PvE, but even then, Vigorous is way better. It does the job way more. The damage, like I said, not enough. And the skill power is really only good for skill builds who have a lot of skill haste to begin with. So that's kind of why I think of that, guys. Like I said, just like a Ninja Bike Bag, which I will be doing very soon, keep it. Have a few of them if you can. Wait for them to change it, because I definitely think it would be a lot better once they change some things with it. That could be a whole nother topic for a whole nother video, though, guys. But anyways, those are my thoughts on Barret Bulletproof chest piece. If you guys like this, please let me know. Hit that like button, hit the sub button, guys. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Go ahead in my description, guys. Check out my Twitch and my Twitter. I'm on Twitter 24/7. I stream Twitch almost daily or whenever I can. And also, guys, check out Upper Echelon Gamers, guys. They're a great community over there, guys. They're starting to host tournaments. They have a Kickstarter up for a website development and having merchandise in their website. Huge improvements over there. What they're trying to do over there, guys. So guys, please go check out their YouTube and their Twitch. Awesome people over there. Please go check them out. So yeah, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'm TheRealOGnick, and I'm out. Peace.